Hello ladies and gentlemen, that's right, it is Lee here from BLEEPED Productions, and today it is time for, you know, something that hasn't happened for a while on my channel. It is a Warmachine battle report. That's right, first of all I want to apologise for not bringing this battle report out sooner. It was a labour of love, literally. It was a very, very long game, and having it at the runtime it is at the moment is definitely down to editing. So thank you for your patience, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. So the first thing is first. In this battle report is me and my good friend Mike. You know Mike, he plays Menoth, and this is the list that he took to the battle report. And it is, he took Severius, and in his battle group was a Reckoner, the Blessing of Vengeance, and a Redeemer. He took a full unit of Menoth Choir. He also took a full unit of Temple Flameguard. He also took a Vassal of Menoth and a Vassal of Judgement and 3 racks. And I decided to take Harkovich the Iron Wolf, fresh off painting him from our Paint It Red episode. And in his battle group was Black Ivan, a Destroyer, and a War Dog which was attached to him. And units wise, it was a full unit of Iron Fang Black Dragons with the UA, and also we took the Iron Fang Kovnik, we took a full unit of Widowmakers, and we also took Iris. And today's scenario is everyone's favourite scenario, Incursion, the scenario with 3 flags where one goes at the end of turn 1, which is either side, not the middle flag, just either side of the center flag, and at the end of each player's turn you earn control points. To control the flag you just have to be within 4 inches of it, and you get 1 control point for that. But to dominate a flag you have to be in base to base with your Warcaster, and that gets you 2 points, and it's the first to 5 basically. Anyway guys, with that further said, sit back, enjoy, and you know, enjoy our latest battle report brought to you by BLEEPED Productions. Take care. What up guys, it's Lee here from BLEEPED Productions, and I'm with my main man. Well, we can call you Menoth Mike. That's a really cool name.
Let's do that.
We're not ripping you off, Menoth John, but this is Menoth Mike.
No, because Menoth Mike just came, it just nearly won lock and load, didn't he?
Oh, you serious? So we can't even, well, this is Menoth, our Menoth Mike. I'm going to put R before it.
Menoth Mike UK.
Menoth Mike UK, we'll call him that. You've seen him before on other battle reports, very famously for singing. And,
none of that this time.
None of that
no
this
Rupert.
time. No. Which I was disappointed with. But the best thing about this game, we didn't tell each other what lists we were bringing. We knew what scenario we'd be playing, but we didn't tell each other, well, I'll be taking this, so you can counteract this, to make it a bit more fun. So, we're playing Incursion, because it's an easy scenario to play.
Yep.
And we want easy on this channel. We don't want to get complex, because we do make mistakes. So you don't have to, because that always happens. Unbelievable. But yeah, Khador versus Menoth. We've done deployment. You're probably going to see the clip roll up now while we're talking. Mike, overall results of the deployment and how the first turn's probably going to go for you, buddy.
Okay, so I'm bringing Severius 1. This is my first time ever using this caster, so it's going to be a bit of an adventure. Got some screen unit, Temple Flameguard up at the front, Reckoner hiding in the back, Blessing of Vengeance off to one side with the Vassal of Judgement, which is making its battle report debut that I'm very happy with.
Oh, it's so good.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I've tried to spread myself pretty equally between all 3 flags, whereas you kind of haven't, which you...
No, I haven't, but there's a method of my madness which I'll say in a bit.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. I bet we all run.
Yeah, turn 1's always like running. But yeah. My deployment strategy, which is quite hilarious to a lot of people, as you can see on the screen right now, is if one of the flags goes, which it will, I've got 2 areas of death. Widowmakers are pretty awesome. They can do their job. But if the flag goes where the Iron Fangs are, you've got to deal with a nice curtain of doom, like I like to call it. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I took the Kovnik, so I get that extra movement bonus, which is always nice to do. But yeah, it should be fun. I'm using Harkovich for the first time. We saw him on Paint It
red that I painted, finally. I got around to painting him, and Black Ivan, who I've just recently done, and a Destroyer. So I took quite a heavy ranged list because he has some amazing ranged spells, but it should be a good battle report. I'm looking forward to it. You should be as well, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's my, like I said, first time using Severius 1. Stayed up late last night and painted him. Decided not to film it because no one wants to watch Painted Beige.
Painted Beige.
But yeah, there we go. I'm excited. So let's get started, I guess.
Let's go straight into round 1 of Khador. Because you didn't want to move for the...
Khador turn 1. Harkovich allocates 1 focus to Black Ivan and 1 focus to the Destroyer. Harkovich activates first and casts Escort, giving Warjacks +2 movement and Harkovich +2 armor if he's within 3 inches of a Warjack. And then he advances up the board. Black Ivan activates next and will run up the board 10 inches due to Escort. The Destroyer activates next and runs up the board also 10 inches due to Escort. The Widowmakers activate next and walk up the board. Iris activates next and also runs up the board. The Iron Fang Kovnik activates next and does his star action Shield March, giving the Black Dragons a +2 movement if they do a Shield Wall order. And then he moves up the board. The Black Dragons activate next and do a Shield Wall order and walk up the board 8 inches. Because of Shield March, making sure they're staying in pairs to get that Shield Wall bonus. The War Dog activates next, walks up the board, and that will end Khador turn 1. Menoth turn 1. Sevi keeps 5 focus for himself and allocates 1 focus to the Blessing of Vengeance and 2 focus on the Redeemer. The Blessing of Vengeance activates first and spends the 1 focus to run up the board. The Vessel of Judgement activates next and advances up the board. Sevi activates next and casts Eye of Menoth, which gives friendly faction war models +1 to attack and damage rolls while in his control area. He then casts Defender's Ward on the Temple Flameguard, giving them +2 defense and armor. The Redeemer walks up the board and will attempt to shoot at Iris. It is just short and he uses all his focus for extra shots, but the scatters go nowhere exciting, so Iris lives for now. The Vassal of Menoth activates next, walks up and uses auxiliary attack and gives the Redeemer another shot and will again shoot at Iris, and this time it actually diverts onto Iris and does 3 points of damage onto her. The Temple Flameguard activate next and do a Shield Wall order and walk up the board. The Reckoner activates next and walks up the board. The Choir activate next and walk up the board, and they sing the Hymn of Passage, meaning the Reckoner and the Redeemer can't be targets of non-magical shooting. We roll to see which flag disappears, and it is the flag on the left hand side, near the Vessel of Judgement and the Black Dragons, ending Menoth turn 1.
So,
And around 1.
Round 1. Walking and running. Some shield warding.
A lot of shield wall.
Yeah, a lot of shield warding. Some diversions of fun times.
She should be dead.
I'm
a little bit sad.
Yeah, it was risky. It was bad deployment by me. I'll put my hands up there. That was pretty hilarious that I did that. But you'll see a method of my madness next turn, hopefully. But we'll see. I think it's going to be quite an interesting. Now the flag's gone over the far side, like we said that it would be hilarious if it did. It'll be quite an interesting turn, I honestly think, for me, but also really for you. It's quite curious. I've spread myself. I wouldn't say super thin. But it's going to be a very interesting round 2.
I think it's very interesting when you drop back down to 35 points how few models you have. That extra 15 points is obviously
it's crazy.
It's usually another unit or something.
It's true. We've been practicing for ETC because we're both going, and playing at 50 points has been a lot of fun. But then for our battle reports we always do 35 because it's a decent point army. It just seems lack of 15 points now. It's just kind of like...
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if you take a big character jack or a battle engine or something like that, which takes a stupid amount of your points.
That's true. But it should be fun. I'm looking forward to this. It was good. It was a good first turn. You tried something crazy, but almost failed. Almost. It would have been amazing.
Yeah, I was tempted to try and run Blessing of Vengeance near enough to Iris and try and shoot it in the back with the Vessel of Judgement and get an Admonisher shot off onto Iris, which I could have boosted and probably killed her, but he couldn't get close enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Good
but
placement.
It could, yeah. It was good placement. To be honest, if I did actually have it closer, it probably could have worked out for you.
But my Redeemer, good old Redeemer.
Yeah,
get some damage on that.
Damage on it, yeah. That's the problem with Iris, even with Gorman as well. You can miss them, yeah, that's awesome. But then if you get that perfect diversion, that deviation even, it's pretty blooming good.
Yeah, well, I'm excited now. Now that we're in the realms of starting to score points, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Objectives.
Both of our casters pretty much want to sit on the very back of the board. So,
pretty much, yeah. It's going to be just like, go over here, go over there.
Yeah.
Just like back in old days with Warfare. You here, you there. But it should be fun. So yeah, we'll come back with Khador turn 2. Should be fun. So stay tuned.
Khador turn 2. Harkovich upkeeps Escort and puts 1 focus on Black Ivan and the Destroyer and keeps 3 for himself. First to activate is the Widowmakers, and they are going to move up the board and do some shooting. The first one will shoot at the Vassal, and he has line of sight. So he hits and does 3 points of damage to the Vassal. The next Widowmaker targets a choir member and rolls a double 1. The Iron Fang Kovnik activates next and walks up the board and does the star action Shield March on the Iron Fangs if they do a Shield Wall order to give them +2 movement. The Iron Fang Black Dragons activate next and do a Shield Wall order and move up the board again 8 inches. I forget to pop my mini feet, which will be quite dangerous this turn. The Destroyer activates next and will shoot at the Blessing of Vengeance. Needing 6s to hit, it hits, and he will spend the 1 focus to boost the damage, and he does 6 points of damage to column 5. Black Ivan activates next and also will shoot at the Blessing of Vengeance. He has boosted range attacks due to his affinity with Harkovich, and he hits and does 5 points of damage to column 2. Harkovich activates next and walks up the board and casts the spell Broadside, allowing Warjacks in his battle group to make 1 ranged attack, ignoring the weapon's rate of fire, and both Jacks again will shoot at the Blessing of Vengeance. Black Ivan is first, and he hits, but does no damage. So then the Destroyer shoots and hits, and does 2 more points of damage to column 2. The War Dog activates next and walks up to Harkovich. Iris is the last to activate, and she will walk up the board and will use the bolt Phantom Seeker, which is the bolt that ignores line of sight / cover and all the other things that are on the card, and she will try and shoot Sevi. And she is just short, so she might not survive this turn. That will be the end of Khador turn 2. Menoth turn 2. First of all those lovely spells and hymns disappear, but Sevi upkeeps Eye of Menoth and Defender's Ward, and then he allocates 2 focus to the Redeemer, and he will keep 4 for himself. The Vessel of Judgement activates first and will move up the board and declare a shot on the black dragons. The Vessel will take a point of damage to boost the roll. It hits, and now he rolls a dice to see how many D3 models will also get hit. But it's the nearest models, and it's a 6, so 3 more will get hit. So, the first guy who was hit takes a power 15, and he is dead. And the others take a power 11, so Mike will take 3 more damage to boost all the damage rolls. The first one dies, the second one dies, and the third one dies also. Sevi activates next and will pull 1 piece of focus from a rack. And we'll see if the rack explodes, and it does, but the AoE affects no one. He's then going to pay 4 focus to cast Ashes to Ashes through the Arc node on the black dragons. He hits with the spell, so another D3 models roll is needed. He only gets 1 this time, then both will take a power 13. So the first one dies, and the second one dies also. The Temple Flameguard activate next and do a shield wall order and advance up the center of the board. Plus 2 of the guards will do a combined melee attack on Iris. They miss with a 3, but the last lone guard will take a pop swing and needs 9s to hit. He hits and does 4 points of damage to her, killing her. The Blessing of Vengeance activates next and will move away from the advancing black dragons. The Redeemer activates and walks up the board and declares shooting at the Widowmakers, and it is in, but misses, and the deviation ends nowhere special. So the second shot at the same target misses again and also diverts nowhere special, and the third missile misses and diverts nowhere special also. The Vassal activates next and moves up into base to base with the Redeemer and gives him an auxiliary attack on the Redeemer, and he will target a different Widowmaker this time and misses, and it diverts 6 inches to the 6, missing for the 4th time. The Reckoner activates next and moves up the board and targets a Widowmaker. He hits the Widowmaker and it's a power 14, so we'll take that model off the board straight away. The Choir activate next and move around the board, and then they sing the Hymn of Passage, so no magical shooting again on the jacks. And at the end of turn 2, the score is tied at 1-1.
So turn 2.
Yeah, happened.
Killed me some black dragons,
Killed an elf.
and I killed an elf.
Yeah.
The most significant elf.
Yeah.
The score is tied at 1 point each.
Yeah. Widowmakers. That's Widowmaker dance, really.
Yeah, so
It's good. It's horrible. I should have popped my mini feat with the black dragons, but I wasn't 100% sold on it, and then... Oh, balls. That's all I have to say to that. But next turn could be interesting. I could try and shoot. It's risky. It's really, really, really risky. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, this is so frustrating and fun. But we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens, but...
He wants to put his Black Ivan gun
Yeah!
up all over Sevi.
Yeah, and the Destroyer as well. Why not while we're at it, you know? But it's just horrible. It's really... It's interesting. Let's just say that. It's going to be hard. But round turn 3, it's going to be quite, I think, a gore fest, definitely.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out. Clues, stickers.
Khador, turn 3. Harkovich will upkeep Escort for 1 focus, and put 1 focus on Black Ivan and 1 on the Destroyer, leaving him with 3 focus. The Widowmakers activate first, and the 1 will move up the board, and the others will stay still, and will begin to snipe at the Menoth army. The first Widowmaker will target the Vassal. It hits, but does no damage to the model. The second one targets the Vassal also. He hits with a double 6 and kills the Vassal with the bullet. And the final Widowmaker targets the choir member, and he hits the model, and that also kills that model. The Black Dragons activate, popping their mini feat Iron Zeal, giving them +3 armor for 1 round, and will charge multiple targets. 2 will go to the Temple Flameguard, 1 will go to the Vessel of Judgement, and others will just run up the board for positioning. The Black Dragons in the guard's face off solo on solo, and the first one misses, and then the second one also misses. The lone Black Dragon on the Vessel of Judgement hits and does no damage, needing more than a 7. The Iron Fang Covenant activates next and will run up the board. Harkovich activates next and walks up the board and pops his feet. And what does his feet actually do, Tin Man?
Yes, the feat of Captain Caveman. How the feat works, of course, is that the controlling player has to shout, "Captain Caveman!" And this is, of course, a declaration of the feat being popped. With the models in this battle group get +3 armor. And they get to fire a ranged attack before charging. And they get to charge without having to spend focus. And they charge. But this only works if you shout, "Captain Caveman!" Otherwise, you know, it's just normal.
And with that being set, he also casts Broadside, so the Jacks will make a free ranged attack. So Black Ivan activates first, and he's going to shoot the Temple Flameguard. Needing a 10 to hit, I roll a 9, so it diverts onto 1 nearby Black Dragon and 1 Temple Flameguard. Needing 9s to kill the guard, I roll an 8, so he lives. And again, the Black Dragon's armor is so ridiculous I can't actually scratch him. The Destroyer then will activate and target the same guards. Needing 11s to hit, he actually gets it. And it is an AoE 3, so it gets all 4 guards and the leader. The first guy takes a power 14 and he dies. And, you know, the rest, basically I needed 12s, and I failed to kill anything else because of half the blast damage. Black Ivan activates next and declares a charge, but due to the feat, he shoots the guardsman in front of him. He hits the guardsman, but unfortunately doesn't kill him. And the other two in the AoE are clipped, and the first one actually dies, and the second one lives though. And then he charges the target model that I declared at. Needing 11s to hit, he misses, so he buys another attack and he misses again. The Destroyer activates next and charges another Temple Flameguard model. But because of he can do a shot due to Harkovich's feat, he will target a guard behind him, which is the leader of the guardsmen, and the shot misses with a 4. And it diverts onto a guardsman and the Reckoner. Needing 9s to kill the guardsman, I roll an 8 again, so he lives. But I'll boost the damage roll on the Reckoner, needing 12s. But I fail and, don't do any damage, so I charge into the guardsman. And I roll, and I don't hit him. The War Dog activates last and walks up in front of Harkovich, and that will end Khador turn 3, and I will get 1 point for holding an objective, and I contest the other one with the Destroyer and the Black Dragons. Menoth turn 3. Sevi will upkeep Eye of Menoth for 1, and he'll also upkeep Defender's Ward for 1, and he puts 3 focus on the Reckoner and 2 on the Redeemer, and 1 on the Blessing of Vengeance. The Vassal of Judgement activates and moves around the board and pops her Eruption of Faith, making the Black Dragons in front of her on fire and pushing them away 4 inches. The Vassal takes 2 points of damage for doing this, then it will shoot the Kovnik, and Mike takes 1 point of damage to boost the hit, needing 8s to hit. That is a hit, and again 2 models are also hit due to the D3 deviations, which are the Black Dragon Champion and a normal Grunt. But the Kovnik first takes a power 16, and the Vassal will boost again, taking 1 point of damage to kill the Kovnik. The Champion has multiple boxes like the Kovnik, and he'll only take a power 11, and the Vassal damages itself again to boost and doesn't kill him. So he does the same again for the normal Black Dragon, boosting to damage and kills him. The Temple Flameguard activate next and move around, staying in combat, and will attack the Black Dragons and the Jacks. And after all the rolls, only 1 Black Dragon died. The Choir activate next and will move around the battlefield, and they sing the Hymn of Battle on the 3 Warjacks, giving them +2 to attack and damage rolls. The Reckoner activates next and will walk into combat with Black Ivan. His first attack hits and does 9 points of damage to column 6. He buys another attack, it hits, and does 2 points of damage to column 3. Buying another attack, it hits, but does no damage this time. Mike buys 1 more attack, it hits, and does 6 more damage to column 5, now that Black Ivan's armour is at 23, instead of the normal 20 due to Harkovich's feat. The Redeemer activates next and walks up, and will take his first shot at the middle Widowmaker. And the shot hits. It's an AoE 3 and does not clip any other Widowmakers. The model takes a power 15, and he dies straight away, so we take him off the board. He buys another shot this time on the leader, and it misses, and it diverts onto her, and she will take a power 9, and the damage does kill her. But the other Widowmaker gets promoted to leader. They need to do a quick command check, and they have a command of 8, and I roll an 8, so they are fine. But Mike buys one more shot at her, and it misses, but it will clip her due to the blast diversion, and the blast damage kills her. The Blessing of Vengeance activates next, and will run across the board to reposition. And finally, Sevi will activate and pull one focus off a nearby rack. And it does explode, but the AoE doesn't clip anything. And then he'll run up the board, ending Menoth turn 3, and Mike will score another point, because I no longer contest an objective.
That happened. Turn 3. Very non-eventful.
Yeah, lots of...
Smash. Stay smash.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Now tied at 2 points each.
Yeah, but my Widowmakers are dead. Sad pile.
Yeah, your Widowmaker.
That's true. And my Black Dragons have got to figure out how to...
Well, they're going to barbecue at the start.
Yeah, they're probably going to die, but we'll see how we do. I might have a possible way of killing you.
Maybe.
If it can work. If it doesn't, oh, it's going to be hilariously brutal, because then my caster will be open for all sorts of Reckoner Smash, yeah. It'll be interesting, but that's the way Warmachine goes. High risk manoeuvres could pay off, but we'll see how we do.
We shall see.
Yeah, so here we go. Khador, turn 3.
4.
4.
Khador turn 4. To kick off turn 4, we need to see if the fire is put out on the Black Dragons, and both of them stay on fire. They both take a power 12, so the first one dies, and the second one also dies. Now we can start Khador turn 4. Harkovich keeps 4 for himself, giving 2 focus to the Destroyer and 1 on Black Ivan. Black Ivan activates and will move around in the combat area, and he moves out of range of 2 guardsmen and will take 2 free strikes. The first attack hits, and with -10 to the damage roll, he does no damage. The second hits also, but does no damage. Black Ivan will now pay 1 focus to do a headbutt attack on the Reckoner. It hits, so the Reckoner is knocked down, and he will take 2 points of damage to column 6. The Destroyer activates next, and will also move out of combat, and will take 2 free strikes, also from guardsmen, and the first one hits, but does no damage, and the second guardsman hits, and does no damage again. So now the Destroyer will target Sevi. He's within range, and he'll boost to hit, needing a 10. He hits, just. And he'll boost the damage roll, which is -1 to this roll, and he ends up doing 8 points to Sevi. Harkovich activates next, and will cast Broadside on his battle group, giving them an instant free ranged attack. Now the first is on the Destroyer, needing 10 on 2 dice, he misses, and it diverts to nowhere special. Then Black Ivan will shoot now, due to the Reckoner being knocked down. He needs 9 to hit, and he hits, and he does 6 points of damage, leaving Sevi on 2 health boxes. Harkovich then runs towards the far flag on the other side of the board. The War Dog activates next and will walk across the board. The Black Dragons activate next and move around a bit, and the champion/leader charges into the Temple Flameguard and fails to hit the defense of 17. And so does the other Black Dragon, and that'll end Khador turn 4, and Mike gains another control point over the far side.
Throwing all my eggs into the basket and almost got it. Almost. 2 points left on him.
Menoth turn 4. Sevi will not upkeep Defender's Ward, but he will upkeep Eye of Menoth, and he'll pay 1 for that. And he'll pay 1 to make the Reckoner not knocked down anymore. And will allocate 2 focus to him also. And the Redeemer will be allocated 3 focus this turn, and Sevi will keep 1 for himself. The Blessing of Vengeance activates next and will continue to walk across the board. The Choir activate next and move up the board, and they sing the Hymn of Battle, giving all the Jacks +2 attack and damage rolls. The Reckoner, now standing up, will take out its frustration on Black Ivan for being knocked down last turn. So his first initial attack hits, and rolling straight damage due to Eye of Menoth and Battle, he takes 2 damage to column 4. Mike buys another attack, it hits, and this time it does 6 damage to column 6. He buys another attack and it hits and does 5 more damage to column 2, leaving Black Ivan very bloody and bruised. The Vessel of Judgement activates next and will move across the board and will target Black Ivan and is easily within range of 12, that being 10.5 inches just there. He damages the Vassal to boost the hit roll and it hits. And he'll damage himself again to boost the power 16 shot on Black Ivan, and it does 6 points of damage to the 4, wrecking Black Ivan. And just a mini plug, the wreck markers I am using in all my battle reports from now on are from MDP, Models Display products. Check them out in the link description below, and yeah, they do many awesome models as well. The Redeemer activates next and walks across the board and targets the Destroyer. It's 11.5 inches away, which is miles within his range of 16, and his first shot will be boosting to hit, and he hits no problem. With the shot being a power 15, the damage roll does no damage. He'll pay for a second shot and decide not to boost this time, and he rolls a 4, needing 6s to hit, so it misses. So Mike will buy one more shot, needing 6s to hit. He rolls a 10, so it hits, and this time it does 6 damage to column 6 on the Destroyer. The Temple Flameguard activate next and reposition around the objective, and will continue to attack the Black Dragons. And they do in fact kill the last Black Dragon and the champion, and the lone guardsman attacks the Destroyer, and somehow it does 2 points of damage to column 5. Sevi then activates and pulls a focus off one nearby rack, and it doesn't explode. But he'll then cast Defender's Ward on himself, meaning Eye of Menoth is no longer cast. Mike then moves Sevi, but is very careful where he places him. And that will end Menoth turn 4, with Mike scoring another control point, taking the game 4-2 in Mike's favour.
Right, turn 4. Bloomin' heck. It's coming down to the wire.
I'm getting nervous.
It's true. There is possibly another chance for me to kill him. 2 away from killing you that round, but then you've pretty much done exactly what I thought you would do that round anyway.
Come back, get the attrition on.
Yeah.
There was a chance I could have finished it, but I couldn't get Sevi base to base with the flag.
No.
And I'm not going to try for that.
Don't
if I
even
can't get
try
it.
and risk it, yeah.
Ultimate old man. Apart from Nemo.
Apart from Nemo, yeah. But yeah, I've got one chance of doing it and see if it works. So,
Well, you could clear all of my guys out from one flag and then dominate the other one.
yeah, that's true. I could try that.
Or not.
Or not. I'm just going to go for the kill. If I don't, you're just going to come and smash me. So I'm not the guy who plays around and it's like, oh, I'm going to try and get points and whatever, because it is 4-2 on points now. So you'll win possibly by scenario anyway. So yeah, let's go. Go out swinging, shall we say?
Harkovich and the ham hock
And
of
the ham.
Khador are going to come and smash.
Let's try
us.
it. Let's try it. It's worth a try. If it fails, it fails. But yeah, why not?
It's turn 5.
Turn 5. Doors are closing.
Khador turn 5. Harkovich is going to keep all his focus. He'll then activate and cast Fortune on himself to give him 1 reroll on a missed attack roll. He'll then walk up the board and will target Sevi. As you can see, he can see him and he is within range. He'll boost to hit, needing a 14 to hit. It misses, but then Fortune kicks in and we re-roll the attack.
He's auto dead basically if you get it.
Oh! 12! No! Are you serious? That's a 12! Oh, that is just gay! I needed 13! Oh, balls!
Ooh, 14.
I need 14? Oh, still, that's really miles off. 2 off, just like your cat. Oh, balls. That is depressing.
The War Dog activates next and will walk behind Harkovich to give him all the bonuses he needs to possibly stay alive. The lone Black Dragon will stand still due to not having a weapon, just a standard bearer. He will just contest that objective. The Destroyer activates and walks around, still contesting the objective / flag, and will attack 1 guardsman. He hits and kills him right off with his powerful axe. And we contest both objectives, so no points are scored this turn, so that will be the end of Khador turn 5. Menoth turn 5. All him / tokens fall off, and Sevi upkeeps Defender's Ward on himself and allocates 2 focus to the Reckoner, 3 focus on the Redeemer, and Sevi will also keep 2. The Choir activate next and move around the board and sing the Hymn of Battle on the Warjacks once more. The Temple Flameguard are going to charge into the last Black Dragon, and some are just going to run, but all will stay within 4 inches of the flag to make sure they can score a point. And so the first 3 will do a combined melee into the Black Dragon, and that hits, and that will also kill him. The Reckoner activates and declares a slam attack on the Destroyer, and will make it easily over the wreck marker to do so. He'll boost to hit the destroyer, and it hits. And the destroyer is slammed 4 inches away and is knocked down. The slam does no damage to him, but it takes him out of contesting the flag. So Mike ends the turn there, scoring 1 more control point, giving him the victory by scenario. And as you can see, guys, that is the end of the battle report. What a very interesting battle report. I have to admit, it was long, it was tactical. I went for several assassinations and just fell short. But yeah, as you can see, that is a Warmachine battle report done and dusted. Number 13, I believe, in the books. And guys, just to give you a little bit of an update, yes, the Colossal battle report is coming. We are filming it this month or early next month, so that will be coming out very soon. But anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this battle report, please leave a like. A like is much appreciated. Leave your comments below as well. I do enjoy reading your comments to see what I could have done right, or how I'm playing Warmachine, or anything related to Warmachine is always fun. And also, guys, on the screen right now is a thumbnail to take you to my channel if you want to check out any more of my board, miniature or video game related content. Also a subscribe button. If you've really enjoyed it, you can hit that subscribe button to sub to me, that would be awesome. And also on the screen is a thumbnail to take you to the playlist of all the other Warmachine battle reports that we've done on this channel. So guys, until next time, take care, have a good one, and remember, we make mistakes so you don't have to. Take care.